What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Gary, aka In Gary Trust, and this is another episode of Sneaker Convo. Just a show about me and a couple of the homies talking about some sneakers. We might see some very passionate people talk about some sneakers that probably care about them just a little bit too much, but that's the point of this show. It's for the sneaker lovers. And this is episode 10, so I had to do something a little bit different. So I have a really special friend over here, and this is the first person that came to the show with some smoke from me off the hip. And so I have the homie, I have the friend. I don't even know how to introduce you because you're the first lady of the show. I have the legendary Boynton's finest, T Swift, here in the building.
How y'all doing? Thank you for having me.
Of course, I'm already messing up my intro because you're like the first lady I have on the show, so I don't even know how to like. What are the manners I'm supposed to do for this show?
I mean, it's me. I don't need no special introduction, but definitely got some smoke for you today.
Of course, and definitely one of the reasons why I wanted you on the show is because you definitely have a style that speaks for itself. You're a very humble and cool person. We haven't talked much, but every time I see you, it's very memorable. So
probably because I'm always at your head about something.
Yeah, but. So we gonna cut right to it. So what is the, not animosity, but what is the smoke in the air between us two? Please explain, where did this energy come from?
This energy came from a Trench Talk episode that you did with Sean. Shout out to Cozy. Where you kind of like was throwing shade at women's sneakers, and it was a shoe that obviously I liked, and you was like riding that thing in the ground. He took that to the grave, but it kind of started from there. So it was like ever since then, every female shoe that has dropped that you didn't like, I made sure if I liked it, I copped it and I wore it so you could see how women are supposed to style it and hopefully sway your mind to like at least like it a little bit. I think it depends on who the person is that's wearing it that may make you be like, okay, it looks okay. But I think just off face value or off rip, you're kind of just like, this is trash. And I'm just like, first of all, we already don't get a lot of women's releases.
Okay.
So the fact that we're getting them and they've been pretty solid lately, and you're like slandering them, I'm like, come on.
Slander is kind of an extreme word, but we gonna get into it. So you know what? Before we even dive deeper into the smoke, how about we start off light? Let's get into the fits that we're wearing.
Okay.
I'm gonna go first. I got on, as you guys see, I've worn this hat before, the Travis Scott Astroworld Rolling Loud hat, whatever it's called. Shout out to my sister for getting it to me. I have the Effin' Clothing t-shirt, Bob Marley inspired bootleg t-shirt. Shouts out to Cheech. What's interesting is that this is not actually a vintage t-shirt. This is kind of like a remade, but they go the extra mile by putting it on like a vintage single stitch t-shirt. Right. So shouts out to them. Fits oversized. Thank you. We have the slime green Eric Emanuel shorts. Technically hoochie daddy's on me right now in this chair. And I have on some Nike socks that they're kind of like vintage inspired. I got them from Finish Line a couple years ago. Yeah. They came in like a couple colors like a couple years ago. And of course I have the sneaker that everyone's still talking about. The Air Jordan 1 Chicago 1, the Lost and Found, aka some people call it the Red Panda.
Bro, a grail. So I have on a Memphis Grizzly kind of like midweight graphic tee from Urban Outfitters. Have these oversized cargos, women's cargos from Urban Outfitters. At this point, they should sponsor me. I'm in there all the time. And then specifically for the episode, the women's Air Jordan 2 Cool Grade. These just came out maybe like last week, and I specifically wore them for Gary. So.
You know, I would say those are pretty nice because those actually look like a player exclusive.
Yeah, colorway is crazy.
Yeah, see, I would wear those.
I appreciate that. Let's clap it up. Gary finally likes some women's shoes.
I love it. Tell me, what inspires your sense of fashion?
Ooh, well, I was an athlete, so being comfortable is always the goal. And then I'm truly inspired by Tiana Taylor.
Okay.
Everything she does, I try to like mimic in some way, shape, or form. I've never really used to be into like super baggy, super oversized stuff until now. And it's kind of like the wave. But for me, it's just really comfort. And then I can accessorize around that. I'm kind of late in the sneaker game. I really didn't start until maybe like 2015, 2016.
Okay, and that's still technically a long time because we're in 2023, but
I jumped in it late back when my sister worked at Lady Foot Locker, so that should tell you how long ago that was. But just trying to be comfortable, trying to wear pants a lot more. I'm really a shorts person because I have tattoos, so I try to display them as much as possible. But now I'm starting to get in like the cargos, jeans, like the stacked jeans, all of that stuff, just to be comfortable.
Okay, and I do admire, like you said, like those pants are from like Urban Outfitters.
Urban Outfitters.
And, like, those are like, I definitely like the. I've been getting more into the oversized look. Like the reason behind my fit, I've been kind of, for some reason, I felt like dressing like the '90s, like a movie I love. Strictly just, even though it's funny, I love it off the fashion. Is the movie with Spike Lee, Do the Right Thing.
Yeah,
I love everyone's fit in that movie. Like especially Spike Lee's is like the big shirt, the short shorts, basketball sneaker, and that's kind of inspires like me being like cozy and comfortable.
Right.
But since like you did come here wearing a woman exclusive sneaker, that's actually really pretty nice. Really pretty nice.
Compliments. I love it.
So I want to get into is, okay, this is gonna sound like a disrespectful question, but are there good woman exclusive sneakers?
No.
Really?
I can honestly say that. No. I don't know if you've seen.
Caught me by surprise.
I don't know if you've seen today. Jordan dropped those yellow snake skins bricks. Those are going to sit in Foot Locker, Champs, Finish Line. You'll probably see them on like women who are like extremely girly who just like the color. The shoe is trash.
Okay, so what I would say about like woman exclusive sneakers, I know they kind of get like a little bit of hate, obviously, from me.
Absolutely.
But my issue with the woman exclusive is like most of the time it's kind of like generic and like cliche.
Right.
Let me hit them with like a light pink, like a light purple.
Right.
To be honest, like I think Jordan Brand gets confused when it comes like, are we dropping a woman exclusive sneaker or are we dropping an Easter colorway?
Right.
That's my only issue I have with Jordan Brand. And another issue I have with Jordan Brand is that they will take a classic colorway
and just throw it on a shoe.
And they would just like kind of like adjust it a little bit. Like, oh, this is a really nice shoe, but let me just throw a little bit of hot pink on it.
Yeah.
And then slap women's release. And I think it's personally disrespectful to that to the women that buy it, because
I agree,
because there's not a lot of women out there that's like prissy and stuff, so they like, I think neutral colors is a pretty like safe tone when it comes to like a woman's sneaker.
Yeah, for sure. We don't get a lot of quality women releases, so like when we do, it's like I gotta jump on it.
So like I would say like before I even, I'm gonna name a couple of like women exclusives that actually I do like and I would wear. Mm-hmm. But I think the one shoe that kind of like started our fake riff is that the Neapolitan Air Jordan 3.
Absolutely.
Which my issue, and I'm pretty sure I send it on Trendy, is that it's a fake Mocha 3. I think if you get to release that shoe, might as well just release the Mocha 3 again.
Right.
And that was just my only gripe on. I'm pretty sure like I probably sounded a little bit more harsh when I said it back then.
You did.
But that's my only issue. But like, and the thing is, I don't want to put you on the spot, but you told me something outside about that shoe. Can you mind repeating it? I don't want to say it.
I mean, I didn't cop that shoe.
But why?
I just flat out took an L and I wasn't willing to pay resale for it.
Okay, that's a safe answer. Yeah. That's a safe answer.
I'm very selective with what I buy resale. Like if I absolutely want it, I'm cool with paying the extra fee, but if I can't hit out the way, I just leave it alone.
So a couple of sneakers I want to say in regards to like women exclusives that I actually really do like and I actually would wear. My favorite women's release that I'm actually mad that I didn't just spend the money when they were on StockX at the time. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't know if you ever seen the Nike Air Max 1 like atomic violet purple.
Yes.
That shoe is actually really nice. The quality is really nice on that shoe. And that sneaker actually reminds me of like, obviously you're aware of Pata.
Yeah.
Like remember when Pata used to drop like the white and green colorway and just like different like very like hued like Air Maxes. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
And I remember like, I think it was like around the time it came out. And there wasn't no big release for it or anything, but like there was like one size, cause I'm a 10.5 in men, so that's a 12 in women. There was one size 12 on StockX for like, I think it was 200. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't feel like dropping no $200 on a pair of Air Maxes right now. So I'm like, all right, whatever. If I see it, I see it. Now that sneaker doesn't exist anymore. I feel like they made less than 10 pairs.
Crazy. Yeah, comfortable though. I surprisingly don't have a pair of Air Max 1s anymore, but extreme comfort.
Yeah, of course. And like another sneakers that I love is that obviously anything Aleli May is like,
love her to death.
Anything she does is like basically it's like a green light pretty much. It's like she kills it, knocks it out the park every time. And of course, like, why would I talk about women exclusives besides if I don't mention the biggest one ever probably is like the Off-White Air Jordan 4.
Yes.
Do you have that pair?
I have the sale pair.
Oh, okay.
That's like my most prized possession. I don't wear them often. Even like going to work. I think I've only worn them once to work. And the kids are like, "Oh, Shade, how you got those?" I was like, "Shh, just chill." But that's probably like, if not one of my favorites, that's probably my favorite.
I never even seen that shoe in person.
Really?
That's a rare sneaker. Like a lot of people just don't have it. I want to get into a little bit of sneaker news now. Like a sneaker media like headline bombshell dropped today. Kanye and Adidas is apparently have reached an agreement. And if I just want to like just get my facts right, so Adidas will start selling Yeezy again, with Ye being entitled to a 15% commission on all goods sold.
Smartest thing they could have done.
So what is your take on this?
Well, they dropped Beyonce, so.
Did they drop Beyonce or Beyonce left? What's your take on that? Even though we might get sidetracked, but what's your take on that?
Her last collection really didn't sell well. So I think with Beyonce, it makes it hard because she does merch with it.
Yeah, the Ivy Park did crazy, by the way.
So I feel like her merch sells more than her shoe. But since they don't have Beyonce anymore, Kanye makes up like 70% of their revenue anyways. I think it's a smart move. I need Kanye to come back and drop the Wave Runners for me, please. I need
those. You don't have a pair?
I do not.
And you were and that
sat on the app all day for Easy Day thinking he was going to restock it, and he restocked it for Europe. So that was a tough L for me, but I got some foam runners out of it. So
okay. Like what I feel about like Kanye and Adidas coming to an agreement, like I'm glad it happened. Yeah. Like I'm glad that like because Kanye is like I'm pretty sure had some form of like he is Yeezy at that point, and I'm pretty sure he had some input or a lot of input into the designs. But my issue with all this is that like with Adidas, when Kanye was going on his rant and going on his drink champs, I know this is a sneaker show. This is not my other show. These are the aesthetics. Yeah. But of course, talking about Kanye, it's not really just sneakers. It's about everything that comes with him.
Yeah.
But when Kanye was going on his rants, like saying the quote unquote anti-Semitic stuff, Adidas was kind of backed in a corner. It's kind of like when you're like, say if like I'm with my girlfriend and then like a guy slaps her ass and then she looks at me, what are you gonna do about it? I feel like that's what Adidas was like. They were put in that position. Like, first of all, you guys Adidas is a German company, and then you have someone that has like a lot of stock into your company saying anti-Semitic, and you're already a German company. Yeah. So it's like you guys were kind of like between a rock and a hard place. So I feel like Adidas was like, you know what?
We gotta let him go.
We gotta cut him loose. But then as they made the announcement, damn, we kind of have like billions of inventory of this guy,
losing a lot of money
exactly
behind letting him go. But Adidas, if you're watching, can I please get a Kanye Jerry Lorenzo collab, please? I need that.
I wouldn't be mad if it happens, because I know like Kanye and Jerry, they did like I believe like a clothing, like a t-shirt collab like back in the day. But I'm just glad that like the sneakers are finally getting released, and I did also hear that a lot of those proceeds are going to charities as well. And I'm glad that like literally Kanye is pretty much the Jordan of Adidas. Is like I don't know if you've seen the movie Air.
I haven't seen it yet. Seen the trailer.
It's a really good movie, but like in the movie, it's not really a spoiler. This has been on Google forever. But this is known facts is that like when Jordan signed his deal, he got 2% commission on all the sneakers that was basically his. Kanye got 15% commission, so Kanye is making bank.
What I want Adidas to do. I know every company tries to be different, but if they can be as close to like Nike or Jordan as possible as far as like restocking per se, do it. If you're gonna sit on the inventory, you might as well just randomly, hey, we're gonna restock these Yeezy 500. or these Yeezy 700s. Like, if don't sit on it, put them out. We want them. I'm
Of
tired of
course.
seeing pandas. Give me more Yeezys. Leave the pandas.
Yeah,
where they
rumor
at.
has it that the Pirate 350, I think that's the first one that's probably going to come out like very
Those are
soon
comfortable
actually.
too. I would probably make a 350 a workout shoe.
Oh yeah, because the 350 I think doesn't really suit well in today's fashion, in my opinion, because that was kind of like the Roshi run era,
Yeah.
where like we were wearing shorts with everything.
Socks with the stripes on them.
Exactly. By the way, I remember all y'all that wore the white Nike socks with Adidas. By the way, I don't forgive any of y'all. I'm gonna put that out there. Were you one of them, Taylor?
No, I was not.
Okay.
No,
all
I was
right.
not.
If I see a picture,
You're not gonna find nothing.
I'm gonna put it right here.
You're not gonna find nothing. You're not gonna find nothing.
Okay, so another topic I want to get into is that like there has been a lot of sneaker collabs to come out recently, back in the day. So I want to ask you as a fellow sneaker lover, do you get excited when you hear about a sneaker collab, and what do you expect when you hear about a sneaker collab?
I think it really just depends on the person. Kind of like what we talked about again. I'm not buying anything J Balvin.
Okay.
I don't like any of his shoes. Not taking away from him or what he stands for,
Or his music.
But the shoes are terrible.
Wow.
But if it's like a Travis Scott or even like down to like the basketball shoes, with most of the like NBA athletes, I'll tap in a little more because of like who the person is. But I think out of all collabs right now, I think Travis is probably my guy. I
Okay.
really want that Tiana Taylor collab with Jordan, but I think those
fake
are
off-white
like,
one.
I think those are like just
Look at me hating, I'm
exclusives
sorry.
for her. I've never seen them put any of her shoes out. And then Aleli May, like she's been kind of low key since she dropped that Air Jordan 1 high, like the blue and green colorway. She's been kind of low key. So if they can give us her, Vashti Cole, Tiana Taylor, I'll be good on the women's side. But I don't think we have a lot of those.
I hate to sound like Gary.
He's about to say something to piss me off. I know it.
That Tiana Taylor Jordan one is not good. I'm sorry.
I just want them because it's her.
I understand. I
Yeah.
completely understand. But I think it's just too much inspiration off the off-white Jordan one, in my opinion. But as far as like what I expect in sneaker collabs, like simple, like I want to wear this. I want to like the shoe even if I didn't know it was a collab.
Right.
Like there's a lot of collabs who do it right, and there's a lot of collabs that do it wrong. Not to go on like a little rant, but there's a couple of sneaker collabs that's been announced recently, like Amamanir, black sneaker store, clothing store. I have a lot of love for them.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of their sneakers. Like they have this Jordan 5 that like pictures like starting to surface. It's like a black Jordan 5, white laces. It's kind of have a play on like the black metallic 5.
Right.
It has like the Jordan logo on one side and the A on the other side. But I hate to be the one to say it. These look like fake Jordans.
Yeah.
That's just, I just call it
Yeah.
how it is. Because like if you literally go into the hood and there's a lot of people that like don't really know about like the sneaker culture like that and
Right.
collabs, they're gonna be like, bro, where'd you get these Fugazi shits from? Like, yo, bro, these are on my money, bro.
DHgate.
They literally is gonna be like, it's some hate is gonna be involved. And
Yeah.
like you mentioned it before, the Balvin Jordan 3. So I'm not gonna lie, this is the best one to come out of the 3 in my opinion. Will I buy it?
I'll give him that. Yeah.
Will I buy it? No, because I just feel like it's kind of like it's a little play on like actually the I'm on your 3 in my opinion. They just put like a little like rainbow hit, but I understand like that's kind of like his signature at this point.
Yeah.
And I think I'm still kind of salty because I paid full retail for his Jordan 2, which is $300.
The blue joints.
I literally hit on that. I went on sneakers and I'm like, oh, these look kind of cool. They collab. I didn't even see the price. They had the price all the way down there, by the way.
What were they, like $225?
$300.
Oh shoot. That's
And
crazy.
I liked the shoe, and then I saw how much I paid, and then I saw how much they was going for. And like I don't want to be that guy where it's like, oh, if you don't like sneakers if you don't go for a lot of money. Nah, it's just like when you pay a full retail for a shoe that already has a higher retail, and then you see people selling it for below retail, you feel like you got robbed at that point.
Yeah.
So obviously I just felt salty. I'm like, you know what, bro? Like y'all can have these. Like I don't even think I returned it because I wore them once. I thought I was cool in Miami. Because like that's the only place you really want to wear a J Balvin shoe is really in Miami. And I had my shirt out and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
So I have a question for you. Do you feel like outside of Travis, Union probably is the best collab that has been with Jordan Brand?
Yeah, very good question. I was actually gonna say I do like that. That I think it's like a Betsy collab. It's like Union. It's another store called Betsy. Sorry if I'm not remembering your name. It's Union, Betsy, and then Jordan Brand. And it's kind of like has their take on like a footscape on the Jordan 1, on like a Jordan 1 sale. I do like it.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson. I'm not talking any more crap on Union leaks because like I remember when the Union 4s got leaked and then everyone was bashing that shoe left and right, and then everyone literally ate their words because
Yep.
it's a great sneaker
Yeah,
that they made. But I think
for
yeah,
sure.
Union is killing it. I actually had the pleasure of going to Union in LA a couple years ago, and I love the atmosphere. They're
Yeah.
very like they're very like with the times and futuristic at the same time.
So what would be your top 3 sneaker collabs with Jordan Brand?
Damn, that's hard. As far as like as history, I think Dornbecker does really good with Jordan Brand.
Yeah.
Dornbecker, I would be a fool and a liar if I didn't put Travis in there. So I'm gonna put Travis. And then as like another collab with Jordan Brand that always hits it out the park, I would say recency bias. Union is killing it. I gotta
Okay.
put him in there for now.
I would go Travis, Union, and even though we don't get a lot of these, Off-White.
Oh man, yeah, of course, yeah, Off-White for sure. My apologies, Virgil. Rest in peace.
Yeah, for sure.
And speaking of Travis, he just like debuted like his version of the Mac Attack. I'm not sure if it's coming out as of yet. But another thing too is like this is example of what my frustration is with sneaker collabs. It just looks lazy.
Yeah.
And I kind of like I know what's a marketing plan at the end of the
Right.
day, because I understand you guys are just bringing the Mac Attack out, but you just have Travis as the forefront.
Right.
And I don't know if you know what the Mac Attack, I kind of showed you it, but it looks
Yeah.
like, I feel like that's just Nike's response to New Balance for their 550. Not saying that Nike's copying the 550, because the Mac Attack actually came out a couple of years before
Right.
the 550. A lot of people don't know that.
550s are comfortable too.
I never owned a pair.
I'm telling you, man, New Balance, I've been telling everybody, New Balance is where it is. Like, for people like yourself who's been in the sneaker game, you've had retros, you've had maxes, all that. Premium comfort, like we're to a point now where we want comfort over style. New Balance is that company.
Oh, of
For
course.
sure.
I would say like the New Balances that's literally catching my eye right now is like the Action Bronson ones.
Those are tough.
Those are tough. And then you have
I like
Amy
the
on Doors killing it.
9060s.
You know what's so crazy? I couldn't tell you exactly the name of the numbers because like I don't know why. Like I haven't bought a lot of New Balances. I'm very
Yeah.
aware of all of them, but it never programmed me to remember all the names. It's kind of like how you have Air Max 1,
Right.
Air Max 97.
So
It's
if you
just
think like 9060, think the Joe Freshgood shoe.
Joe Freshgood kills it.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people want that shoe, but now they're starting to put the 9060 in like retail stores. I believe New Balance is dropping a pair tomorrow. It's kind of like a light blue colorway, but 9060s are kind of in style. 990s, I think that shoe is a 990. That's in style. And then the 550s, those are like the top 3 New Balances right now.
Oh
Like,
yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, and by the way, shout out to Teddy Santos. He actually makes the best New Balances in my opinion right now.
yeah, absolutely.
This is when I have like the guests to bring in a couple sneakers so they can definitely talk about like why the sneaker, like what it means to them, or is just a conversation starter. And before I actually have you showcase your sneakers, I had to be a little petty monster and bring a sneaker that kind of like started the little riff. So I actually want you to open this shoe.
I'm extremely jealous that you actually have them because I don't have them, but let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And those are the Air Jordan 3 Mocha.
Clean though.
Yeah. I only wore them a
Like,
couple times.
Clean, man.
Shouts out to the homie Chad for selling me those for $100, by the way.
Quality is amazing. Toe box is amazing. One thing I want Jordan to do, just to add maybe like a little more detail, is like do something with the aglets,
Okay.
like custom, put maybe like the Jordan brand logo on the aglet maybe. But yeah, this shoe is clean, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Still like the Neapolitan. Now, I would say this. If these came with pink laces, I still feel like it would pretty much be the same thing as like the Neapolitan 3, but you just got to have another like color to offset the brown and make the shoe like really.
Okay, for my reaction to that statement, unfortunately, I have to quote one of my homie Jared, because he actually said this quote to me for wearing this sneaker.
Really?
Why are we settling?
What you mean?
You're okay to like what you like. I'm just saying
I'm
I'm
an advocate of having multiple laces with shoes.
Okay, that's actually a good thing, because like that's a whole nother conversation. Because like I'm really
the
just
more
like the laces
options you have with laces, I feel like the wider your sense of style can be when it comes to styling a shoe.
It definitely changes the vibe and the mood of the shoe for sure.
Yeah, so like if you were
just
you can honestly wear these with anything.
Yeah.
Because it's so like clean, so simple. But the moment you change these laces, I feel like it elevates the shoe just a little bit. But that's just me.
Okay.
Alme Leon Dore, New Balance 990. One of my favorite shoes in the closet, more so because of the.
You gotta throw me a pair. Come on, you know you.
I'll toss you this one, but more so because of the colorway. Really like that forest green, and again, like New Balance has been one of my favorite shoes as far as like comfort. I'm a teacher. We walk around a lot. Sometimes I don't want to wear retros, but this is really, I don't even really wear this shoe a lot. If I do, sometimes I like take them to the gym, I'll walk in them, but it's more like just a casual shoe that I had. Really like that, the colorway, that burgundy pops with the olive green or the forest green. But quality shoe. It still might be on the New Balance website. These sat for a really long time.
Damn, these are fire.
They sat for a really long time. I think I copped these maybe like a month and a half after they released.
Damn.
And they were still on the site. Retail was about $190 with tax, $200. This one, we kind of talked about this one prior to. I'll give you a shoe as well. Got the Jordan 11, Bred 11s. Just an OG shoe. I had this as a kid. I was telling Gary, my dad used to hoop in these back when he was like into really doing runs for real. Now he's like an old head. But this is the 2018 release that they did a couple years ago, where I skipped the line and ended up copping my pair and my dad's pair because I got him a new pair. Just a super clean OG shoe. I feel like everybody should have these in their closet. It's just being a part of history, man. If you watch The Last Dance, you know the significance of the shoe. Do you have these?
No, I had them multiple times. Like, not now, but I had them multiple times growing up. But I would say that this is actually the best Jordan 11 ever come out, in my opinion.
Solid. So you like these over the Space Jams?
Yeah, but the main reason why, I don't know if this is a corny reason, the bottom will never get yellow.
That is very much true. They need to start making stuff for like the bottoms. I'm not a super huge fan when they go to the iced out bottom, but it's Jordan.
I hear that.
They try not to tweak the shoe too much, but that's probably one of my favorite shoes.
Okay.
And then I'll let you do the honors on the last shoe over there. All right. That shoe is probably the most underrated shoe in my closet. I have to give a huge shout out to Perrin. Perrin is the reason why I have those. Got the Yeezy Desert Boot. That is the oil colorway. I have the rock colorway as well. Quality boot.
You know what I like about these is that I'm not a boot guy, but I always did admire this Yeezy, because it kind of takes you out of your element.
For sure.
And like, I feel like if I had to go anywhere with like snow or just like kind of hiking or anything, anywhere where I'm like outside of Florida that has seasons, I wouldn't mind wearing this shoe. So I actually do appreciate you like actually bringing this sneaker.
It's not heavy either. Most
people
it's actually,
when
you think about a boot, most people think about like Timbs. Timbs are heavy. Those shoes aren't really heavy. They're extremely comfortable. They keep your foot warm. I actually wore those. I bought them for like a Christmas trip. Had it in the cabins in Tennessee. Extremely comfortable. I haven't worn them outside of cooler weather, That's just my preference, but quality boot. Shout out to Kanye for that, for sure.
For real.
Everybody go get at least one pair of desert boots.
So my last question I have for you, and obviously I think you're the only person that can answer this question.
Yeah.
I want to ask, what is the sneaker? Explain what the women's sneaker community is like today. Like, do you feel like, is there really a women's sneaker community? Does it have a pulse? Does it have like its own community in the actual sneaker community, or does the sneaker like world feel like you're in one big men's bathroom?
Ooh, that's a heavy question. I think we do have a pulse. I just don't think we have a super huge platform.
Okay.
Kind of like you just mentioned, we kind of take the backseat a lot to just general releases. They don't make them specific to women, but there's a lot of women that are like up and coming and doing collabs with a lot of these brands that will start coming out soon. I watch all the sneaker lives, so when they have women come on talking about shoes, I kind of just tap in just to educate myself a little bit. But we have a pulse. We just need a bigger platform, and I think the more they push it and promote it, I think people will start to gravitate to it more. I'm really surprised, like for instance, I'm really surprised these are sitting on the sneaker app right now.
No, those are really nice.
It's a super clean shoe. It's not a collab or anything. It's just like a general release. But I think if they would have promoted it a little more,
yes,
or maybe changed the silhouette, it would have sold better. If they would have had this exact colorway on like a Jordan 1, it would have sold.
You know what? As we're wrapping up, I think you made like a really good point, is that selling sneakers today, because so many sneakers come out, you have to have some form of story, and there needs to be marketing behind sneakers. Because there's a certain even shoes, even men's sneakers. Like when I saw that they previewed the Air Jordan 4 and SB collab, which also really good collab.
Took an L on that.
Oh, of course. If you're human, you took an L. So you're here because like you literally won't take an L unless you're a bot, literally. Right. But why I actually didn't care for the shoe when I first saw it, because I'm like, then go me being Gary, looks like a fake shoe.
Yeah.
But when I saw the rollout, when I see actual skateboarders skating in the shoe, I'm like, okay, this makes sense.
Right.
This sneaker right here, even though it's not a collab, but it's like, what like Nike was like, what can we do to release a classic sneaker so we don't make sure it doesn't sit on shelves?
Yeah.
Let's put the story behind it. Yeah. Lost and found. It's like the kind of the main reason why the sneaker comes out, which a lot of people I don't even know or care, is that like the point of this is like, you found a pair of like old Chicago ones in a mom and pop sneaker store in a basement.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh damn, that's such a dope concept. But of course, marketing. I think that's one thing that the like women's sneakers need a little bit better, is just like how they market. But I really do feel like, or maybe just like on the women's side, it's like maybe y'all just like need some form of like some like big woman figure that's a big sneakerhead, because even that we don't really see as crazy. Like y'all need y'all version of a Travis Scott, if that makes sense.
For sure. I think outside of like the people we mentioned, Laylee May, Tiana Taylor, Vashti Cole, those type of like people, I really don't think we have a lot of them outside of like them, or maybe like athletes. And you know, the Jordan brand athletes, they get all the player exclusives and all of that stuff, but it's still nothing that hits like social media to be like gain that traction.
Absolutely.
So I think that, and then I really think as a marketing thing, they should really include like the details on the box. The box half the time is what sells me. So like the Lost and Founds, once I saw the box, I was like, oh, I need that. Or like the UNC 3s, love that box. So it's like, just give us something different where it's not like a traditional like retro box or anything like that. Like take us back to like when Jordan had his face on the box and stuff like that. Give us something different. So
okay. But T Swift, I do appreciate you coming on the show. You answer these questions to the best of your abilities. I'm glad that like you're still on the show. You didn't walk out if I didn't say nothing crazy. I was low key nervous doing the episode because like, oh, she got
all
some
beef
smoke
is mended.
See, beef is mended. See, handshake emoji. So where can the people find you if you want the people to find you?
I am on Instagram at tswift, TEESWIFT. Or you can follow my business page at fortheculture.tv.
Okay, absolutely. Once again, thank you for coming on the show. You guys can find me on Instagram everywhere in Gary We Trust. You can find me on my other podcast, my homie Cheech. These are the aesthetics. 10 episodes, man. I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears doing this stuff, and believe it or not, there's a lot of effort that goes into making like a 30-minute video. But I want to say appreciate for everyone that's been supporting me. Please, obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, watch it in 1080p 4K. Come on, man. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Of course. But you always welcome back anytime. Thanks for being the first lady of the show.
Thank you. Hopefully Gary doesn't say anything crazy and I won't be back too soon.
And if you know any other women that like put it on, please tell them to come to the show. This is a safe space.
It's not that many around here, but I'll try to bring some people up your way.
This is a safe space.
For sure.
Well, once again, this is another episode of Sneaker Convo. I'll see you guys next time, and we are out. Peace.